Hey guys, this is Dark Sorcerer WM here with his latest video. So what are we doing? Well, this is not a new series of Minecraft, it is the next episode of Story Time, which I think should be entertaining. Hopefully for you. For me, this was a horrible experience, and if it ever happens again, I could become a bit depressed. Well, I'm depressed, but even worse. So, what happened, you might be asking? Peer pressure, as you probably, I think that's what I'm probably going to be calling it, from 100%. So, I had quite a few friends back then. I was quite a popular person, because I was brilliant as always. Because I'm not being modest. I'm not being modest or anything, but I was pretty great. I mean, yeah, pretty awesome. So me and my friends. I was I'm not sure. I was in year 1. No, give me a second. I don't know if you can hear that. That's a washing machine on. So hopefully you can't hear, but I'll speak up just in case. But right. So, damn it. I can't reach that. Never mind. So I was in year 1. If you don't know what that means, basically it was. I'm in year 10 now. So, if you're in another country and you have, I don't know, like sixth grade or whatever it is, then that would have been, it would have been 9 years ago. And let's see, so 9 years ago I'm 15 now, so I would have been 6. So showing off my mad math skills right there. I would have been 6 when this happened. Maybe 7, I'm not sure. It was a while ago, put it that way. What happened was horrible. Basically, I had a few friends, but I call them friends, but I did call them friends. I didn't like them afterwards because of what they did. It wouldn't be the first time they'd done something maybe do something I regret, but the next time I'll tell you about them will be a different episode. Because I think I'll probably do that next, actually, because I've just realised that's actually quite a good story to do. But we started on this story, so I'll continue. Well, I was by the gate, and we were in this pit. There's like a big pit in the playground, right? And me and my friends were just hanging out when we saw this big rock. They peer pressured. I didn't want to at first, but they peer pressured me into throwing it over a gate. Now, I didn't plan to throw it very far, because, one thing I didn't actually think I'd be able to, because I always considered myself very weak. Honestly, it showed what I didn't know my own strength. But there was this rock, it was big, it was actually quite big. I'm still not sure how I even lifted it at that age, let alone threw it. But I threw it, and regretted it dramatically afterwards. Because what it did was it hit a car. Now, that was bad on its own. What made it worse was the fact that, it was a teacher's car, and it made 7 dents in it. Now, back then, I was quite timid. I was popular, I wasn't a jerk, but I was very timid. I'm still quite timid now. That washing machine is an absolute nightmare. What can I do? I can't really turn it off, but and I threw it over. And what it did was it created 7 dents in that car. And I didn't think when it hit, it didn't look like it damaged. So I wasn't too panicked at first. Then this girl who I hated because she was a little snitch snitch on everyone, and she was a little hypocrite, who was a bit of a teacher's pet. I'm sure you know the type, because I'm pretty sure every single school has one. So has someone like that, and it was basically one of those people you just couldn't help but want to punch in the face constantly. So what happened was what did I do? Well, I basically hid because she saw what happened and she snitched on me to a teacher. They basically hunted me down, and I was able to hide for a good 10 minutes before they found me. Now, what happened next was what really scared me, because I was already scared, right? I thought, God, what's gonna happen? Am I gonna get screamed at? I could get in a load of trouble. I did get in a lot of trouble, and that wasn't the worst bit. What the worst bit was when the head teacher, I was took towards the head teacher, and she screamed at me for a good, it felt like an hour, but I'm pretty sure it was no more than 10 minutes. But she just screamed constantly, and it was an absolute nightmare. I mean, back then, right, when you were screamed at, I couldn't take it. I was timid at most times, but when you know what happened? I started crying. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I did cry, and she screamed more because I was crying, and she told me off for crying. Right, imagine this: you're 6 years old, right? You're peer pressured by your friends into throwing a rock at a car, and you do this, and you don't want to rack out on your friends, so you don't tell them that that they told you to do it, and you're absolutely terrified. She screams at you, and then she screams even more and tells you off because you're crying. Right? Does that seem fair to you? Because to me, it seems really unfair. And back then, it was horrible. Now, when my mum got involved, she actually knew about it before I told her. Not because of a teacher telling her, because the girl that snitched on me also told my mother. That's right. She told my mother that I was in trouble. So I'm pretty sure she enjoyed getting me in trouble, which was just horrible. So basically, my mum had to pay for it, and I could not watch TV for like a week, which back then seemed like years. It doesn't seem like, it wouldn't be like a lot now. Oh, it would be good, but it wouldn't seem like as long. And I don't know, it was horrible. But still, I digress. I left for school eventually. I wasn't gonna stay there. I moved to Coventry because back then, I was living in a place called Preston, and I went to a school called St Andrews, and it was. Oh, I was glad. I mean, I was upset about leaving the school, but once I left, I can tell you right now, I could not have been happier. And I couldn't be happy about it when I left that school, because it was horrible. But the teachers were horrible. No one trusted me afterwards. None of the before, the teachers really liked me. Afterwards, they didn't trust me for a bit. It was horrible. So yeah, that's basically the entire story. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. And goodbye. See you next story time or Minecraft video. And yeah.